probation violation hearing. Looks like you're on probation report for a retail fraud, 3rd degree. Maximum penalty if you're found guilty of a violation could be up to the 93 days in jail if the charge carries. You certainly have a right to have a probation violation hearing with a lawyer. If you couldn't afford a lawyer, if you'd like to have a lawyer, court would appoint a lawyer for you. And of course, at the hearing, the burden of proof would be on the prosecution to prove by what we call the preponderance of the evidence, which means the greater weight of the evidence has to prove to me that you are, in fact, in violation in the manner that's being claimed. So if you have a hearing and you're found guilty, or if you waive the right to the hearing to plead guilty, then you could be sentenced to the 93 days. And you're on HIDA status too, so you can be taken off that status and the conviction could be entered on your record. Okay, so, this is 1, 2, and we just sentenced you April. And so far, let's see. This was like at least the 3rd violation since April. Let's see, they withdrew one back in September. Okay, so there was one in June 23rd. There was a violation hearing. Looks like that was the first one. Then they withdrew one for September. Then there was one October 12th. Then November 8th. Now December 6th. That's four violations. Let's see, last time we were here was November 8th. I extended the probation till May. And so now the allegations are that you tested positive for alcohol at on-site on November 13th. That's the allegation now. All right, so you can have a hearing on that if you like, or you can waive your right to a hearing and plead guilty to the violation, or you can speak to a lawyer. So those are your 3 options.
From what I've talked to, from what I've talked to the officer about.
What officer?
No, I'm not like in a bad way. I was just asking for advice.
Yeah, he can't either advice. He can just, if anything, take the same procedure that I just told you.
Basically, that's what it is.
You can plead guilty, you can waive your right to a hearing to do that. You can have a hearing to make them prove that you tested positive. If you got some evidence showing you didn't test positive, you can present it there, or you can speak to a lawyer. The lawyer is who gives you advice. If you want a lawyer, you can't afford one, then the court will appoint one for you.
Well, I would like to plead guilty with an explanation because, to me, I feel like the alcohol was, because I would like to explain like that's not true at all.
Well, what's not true? Either you tested with alcohol in your system or you didn't. I mean, what do you mean it's not true?
Because I was taking NyQuil.
No, ma'am, if that's NyQuil, it's still alcohol in it. And you're supposed to read labels and not take anything with alcohol in it. And they have a cutoff on these tests, which ignores NyQuil and Listerine and things like that. You're at 683 nanograms, which is over the cutoff.
I don't know how to like work with that. Like I don't know how to explain that, but like it was that week my sister had COVID, so I was just taking a lot of NyQuil to avoid that.
Okay, ma'am, what do you want to do here? Do you wish to have a lawyer represent you? You wish to talk to a lawyer about this? Because you're explaining to me about NyQuil, and I'm telling you, alcohol is alcohol. That's what I'm telling you. You're supposed to read labels, not take anything that has alcohol, including herbal remedies that have an alcohol base. You're not supposed to take NyQuil or any other medications that have alcohol. You're supposed to read labels. So if you would like to talk to a lawyer about that, you can.
What if like I didn't know it happened?
I'm not talking to you about what ifs.
Okay.
You gotta figure out what you wanna do. That's your mother, what? Listen, it's just not her case. She's not your lawyer. You gotta figure out what you wanna do here. Or speak to a lawyer.
Is that like gonna help me a little bit for me to explain more or no?
Ma'am, I have no idea what's gonna help you. All I know is this is the fourth time we have seen you on a very short probationary period that got extended and you keep messing up. That's what I know. And I'm not in the habit of trying to coddle and coax somebody to be successful in completing a probation. I do give opportunities, but at some point the buck stops there. I don't know what you're gonna say. I don't know what's gonna help you. You can do what you want on this. Pick your whichever choice you want, lawyer, hearing, or plead guilty. That's all I can tell you. And if you're not sure, I would suggest, and I'm not gonna force you to talk to a lawyer.
So, not yes, I would like to talk to a lawyer, but like I just like I know, like that's what it was. If that makes sense. Like I have not been drinking. I don't want to go to jail. Like I already know what you told me. So like I'm not doing anything going against it to go to jail. I'm not like dumb. Like I'm not dumb. I don't want to go to jail. So I've been doing everything correctly. And like the classes.
Obviously not if you tested positive for alcohol.
It was I swear it was just because of the NyQuil. And my sister had COVID that week. I was trying not to get it, so I was just taking
How does
it.
NyQuil help you not get COVID? If
No,
that's
I'm
the
saying, 'cause
case,
I
if
was
that's
also
the case,
sick.
they would be like, the people that make it would be rich. There is no way not to get COVID other than to stay away from being outside and around people that might have it to expose yourself.
Cause I was, like, that's what I'm saying, I was also having, like, I didn't say that part, so I'm sorry. But I was outside with no coat on, because though I feel like the weather wasn't that bad that week, so.
You shouldn't make some bad choices. What, that's a bad choice. Go outside with no coat on. That's your choice.
I would have like a small coat on, but like not a big coat.
And so
So,
then
like-
because you did that, you came back and took some NyQuil.
Only because like I was sick, like I felt sick. And then my sister came back she works at a place with kids, so she got COVID and I was just taking NyQuil. It wasn't like, yeah, I work, so it's not like I'm just drinking and for no reason. Like that same day, we also had a dinner with my family. Obviously, my sister wasn't able to go, like be there, but.
What would you like to do with this case?
Okay.
You're just rambling on. I would like to know what you would like to do.
So I can't ask my mom for advice, because I just honestly don't know.
How old are you?
19. I know.
That's grown. For purposes of criminal cases. That's not juvenile court. You don't need your mother's permission. This is your issue. She's here to support you, but you should know what she would say if you know your mother. But then you figure out what you want to do.
Okay. I guess I would I would like to talk to a lawyer.
Okay, well then we'll get you a form to fill out.
We'll do the same date in January.
Which was that, Mike? I'm sorry. Mark the 22nd or something?
The 22nd, January 22nd at 10.
10:30, January 10th.
Let's do this at 9 o'clock.
Okay, 9 o'clock on the 24th, 22nd,
Yeah.
January 22nd of the 24th at 9 a.m.